Our top focus this morning, counting for the referendum on whether Scotland should stay a part of the United Kingdom, is currently underway. The No campaign is leading, voting in favour of staying with the UK so far. 26 districts have declared their results, out of which 32, out of a total of 32, 22 of them have voted against breaking away from the United Kingdom's. 4 districts voting in favour of breaking away. The final results are expected to come in by noon. Lavina Tandon is with us live from Edinburgh. Lavina, it seems that the verdict or the mandate has more or less been decided. 22 districts voting in favour of staying with the United Kingdoms.
Yeah, actually 26 by now, almost. The results are out, and you're right, No seems to be leading the polls, the trail, and it's almost decided that it will be a no vote. In fact, a few of the channels here have already predicted that it's going to be no. There are just 2, I think, constituencies where yes has done well. So it's amazing that No Thanks, Better Together campaign has won, and United Kingdom would be united and intact, looks like.
All right, so from the looks of it, it seems that United Kingdoms will be intact. Lavina, stay on with us. We're also being joined by former Indian diplomat Rajiv Dogra from the National Capital. We also have with us Mr. Gulshan Sachdeva, chairperson and professor at the Centre for European Studies, School of International Studies, JNU. I want to come to you first, Mr. Dogra. It seems that Scotland has voted in favour, or is voting in favour of staying with the United Kingdoms. Results for 26 districts have been announced. 22 voting in favour of staying with the UK.
Well, I think there will be a lot of people who are relieved, Cameron heading the list, because he was a very worried man, and he had reason to be worried, because a month back the yes vote was only attracting about 34-35% or even 33% in opinion polls. But then things changed dramatically over the past 1 month, and it became a very close call. It was not only a close call and a point of worry for Cameron and rest of Britain, but also for rest of Western Europe, because remember, there are incipient movements in Italy and Spain which may have drawn inspiration from this, the Northern League of Italy and the Basque of Spain. Similarly, the entire basis of EU and NATO is on stable borders and stable systems. If, like East Europe, they were to start breaking apart, then the entire foundation of EU and NATO would have been in question, and much of the strategic balance which was obtaining in the world. So in a way, many people can breathe easy, but many will also be disappointed, principally the Nationalist Party, the Nationalist Scottish Party of Scotland, who have been very rough in their tactics and threatening to voters in their tactics. Whether they will give up their demand in future remains to be seen. But another person who will be disappointed is the tennis star Andy Murray, who had tweeted his preference for a yes vote.
Right. All right. I'd also like to get a word from Professor Sachdeva. What are the biggest concerns of both sides? What are the arguments being made in favour of and against Scotland becoming a separate country?
Well, Scotland, I mean, the Union has been there for more than 300 years. And why they united 300 years back, it was mainly economic reason. And you see, in these 300 years, Scots took advantage of industrial revolution. They took advantage of the whole British Empire. Then after the Second World War, all the advantages of a victor, they took advantage of that as well. Similarly, in the last couple of decades, when the European integration took place, so whole advantage of being a welfare state, so this was all very much there. No, but why they were asking for independence? I mean, it's not that something it has happened just suddenly. There's a history of almost 100 years. Even before the First World War, there was some talk of this. But because of disruption, the First World War, Second World War, we had a referendum in the 70s, which were not successful, particularly for the Scottish Parliament. But in 97 they did have a successful referendum, and they do have a parliament with limited powers. But now what they were asking, it's not that they were saying that they were exploited by Brits, that's why they want to go out. What they were saying, that as an independent Scotland, there would be it would be a more prosperous country, it will be more egalitarian society, it will be a fairer society. Because their idea was basically that, you know, we have enough resources, particularly hydrocarbon resources, and the model for them was something like, you know, Norwegian society. You know, you have hydrocarbons, very highly sophisticated welfare state. Yeah. So these are the kind of issues. But you know, I think what in the last few days, for last few weeks, which has happened, you know, it was the whole all national parties in UK, as well as, if you can just read all major media houses, they were all out basically to create the fear of the unknown. So this has somehow worked, I think, in the favor of no vote.
Of the no campaign.
So I mean, still the final results are not. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So in
Our
that
correspondent
sense, I
headlines
think they were
today
able to create.
Yes, in fact, headlines today, Lovina Tandon is also with us on a live link from Edinburgh. Lovina, what's the mood like on the streets? You've been taking us through celebrations, singing and chanting on the streets, but you're saying those people were mostly from the Yes camp.
Yes, absolutely. I have been all night outside the Parliament, and it's majorly been the Yes campaign. Very sporadic too. I saw No Thanks campaign, and they were driven out by the Yes campaign. They're mostly young people, I think, who are out anyway to enjoy. Later in the day, later in the morning, already people started to know what the result is looking like, but still they were celebrating. Also, you see, whatever happens here at this point in time, yes and no, both campaigns are saying that possibly they'll come together to celebrate whatever is the outcome, and one would look forward towards a united place, because after all, as everyone has said, they have a common history and they will look forward. We will go out soon to other places to see what's happening. It is expected now that the result, once the results are out, No Thanks will come forward and celebrate as well. Up till now, they have been on the back seat.
Absolutely. Let's also get in a word from Mr. Rajiv Dogra, who's with us live from the national capital. Mr. Dogra, can you explain to us why was this referendum important, and how is the outcome important to us here in India?
Well, I think one thing we must be very clear about, that no two situations are alike. So to think in terms of the Scotland referendum being important for another part of the world would not be correct. It may have been important for Europe because it is geographically close and similar in politics and culture, but the effect of Scotland breaking away or not breaking away affecting some country in Asia, I think would be far-fetched. For example, what happens in Pakistan does not affect India at all.
Absolutely.
What happens in Thailand, if a military coup takes over, does not affect Vietnam or any of the neighboring countries. So each according to his or her own, that is the principle of nationhood and statehood. But coming to your point, whether there would have been any effect at all in case Scotland were to break away, let me give you another example. 100 years back, Ireland was part of the Great Britain's Union. It broke away. Nothing happened to most other parts of the world. So Scotland staying on with UK is good. It is good for the European system. It is good for NATO. But more important than that, I think it was also in a way a celebration of democracy, because nearly 88 to 90% people came out and voted.
Right.
So that by itself is a very, very significant fact.
Absolutely.
And
it's a majority mandate.
They voted in favor of unity, and they voted in favor of stability.
Right.
And they voted against the rough tactics of the Scottish National Party. So I think these are the important messages which are coming out. And as I said earlier also, Cameron must be a very relieved man, because he's woken up early and is going to address his nation. But it is also a lesson for him and for the rest of the British politics that they were caught napping on this issue.
Absolutely. Also, in terms of pure economics, it was very important for the United Kingdom to hold on to Scotland. Mr. Dogra, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Also, Professor Sachdeva of JNU for putting developments in perspective for us. Lovina, of course, we're going to keep coming back to you through the day. The final results expected by this afternoon.